Okay, there we go. Now my light is red. Thank you. Good afternoon, folks. Good evening. And just before we start our committee of the whole meeting, I have a proclamation here I'd like to read. It's for Memorial University's 100th anniversary, September the 16th, 2025. Whereas Memorial University of Newfoundland celebrates centennial anniversary in 2025, and whereas 1925 Memorial University College officially opened its doors and has grown from a single college with 3 programs to a full-fledged university with over 300 program options across 6 campuses and 100,000 alumni. And whereas Memorial will commemorate its centennial titled Looking Back, launching forth with special projects, events, and storytelling, all of which will highlight the university's impact over the past century and explore its path into the future. And whereas the centennial will honor the sacrifices of the past with a promise of a brighter tomorrow, instill pride in Newfoundland and Labrador's only university, and celebrate people who contributed to the success of the university. And therefore, I, Mayor George Andrews, do hereby proclaim September 16, 2025 as Memorial University's 100th anniversary in the town of Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and I've signed it today, the 9th of September, in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. And we're pleased to be one of those campuses that, and our community is hosting Memorial University, one of the campuses. So that's that. We can share that on our website, our Facebook page, if we'd be so kind. So good evening, folks. Welcome to the, what is the last committee of the whole meeting for the 13th elected town council. And you have agenda in front of you, folks. I'll ask for a, oh, no motion, sorry, here we go. Call to order, meeting's been called to order. We're gonna move into finance and min and policy, and the floor is yours, sir.
I thought it was CSR.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. You're right, I promised, thank you, I apologize, Dominic, but we're going to CSR first.
You're going last, didn't you?
Memory short, sorry, buddy. It's the last time I'll do it to you. Floor is yours.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Mayor. No, I was just going, I read through the reports here last week, and there's nothing that strikes out. I got no recommendations. But there was a couple of things just want to get clear. The soccer pitch, from what you say here, would it need to be closed for the full season next season?
Where we bring it, like, right now we close it for the rest of the season.
For this season, yeah.
Yeah, we tried to disc it yesterday. I can't get on the ground. It's so compact. So, like, it will improve it. I'll seed it, but I'm not all for the condition like we have. We might have to actually tilt it. Like, we need to decompact it. Past an inch, I'm not able to break the ground. We had farming equipment on the field yesterday.
Yeah, I was wondering what disked means.
A disc is just like, it's equipment that you tow behind that farmer will till their soil.
Okay.
It's not a tiller, but it's just like it breaks line into it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an aerator, but heavy duty, heavier.
Yeah.
But again, I went maybe 2-inch certain place. I'd like to go at 4. It will help, but it's not great. We need to add nutrient. I have the testing back from the province. I'm trying to source specific fertilizer based on the result to maximize it, and we'll have to replant it. I will say we could open it next year, but the condition was still not going to be great because we haven't solved the irrigation problem and the access problem. Like the off area, if you walk on it, it's where like you go on break during the school that extremely damaged. We can re-level some area, make it more flat, but it's.
Yeah.
But if you've seen the field on base, it's getting.
It's not much different.
Like, it's getting pretty bad. Like there's more grass than ours because it haven't been used less, but it's only 2 seasons.
You need to alternate the fields. I mean, even if you split it in half and used half of it and then worked on the other one.
Yeah, we've been trying to do that in the past with limited success because where the red fence are, it's not a fully size, so some user group have difficulty or challenge to be limited on one size. But it also depends on how much rain we have. It's also depends on how much people are going on it when it's not scheduled time.
Yeah.
Question, Dominic.
So what-
Sorry,
You go ahead.
You, a question on that?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
a question. for the MMC field, and, maybe we should get a quote on how much it would be to redo it for the budget.
The question is like, that field was redoing 2012 under minor soccer. 3 years later, it was the same condition that was before.
Yeah.
So it's not a question about like, how much, like, tilling the field will not cost us that much, and replanting it will just take a full season to regrow. What costs a lot of money is like, it's a proper maintenance plan with the weather that we have and the user that we need. Irrigation system will be around like 15,000 to install. Fencing around the field will be in the 60,000 just to supply, and the price I'm giving is not install, it's just supply of material.
Right.
And then you need aerated properly, nice fertilizer, and you need to do proper control, ensuring that we let the field recover a couple of days. So tilling and replanting, the frost will still have bump into it. Right now I'm still sourcing way to re-level, top spray that field, because we're not equipped locally. It's not like I can call a third party, and like if you're in an urban area where they manage this, all company equipped with top seeder, so.
So we really won't know until next spring if it's gonna work.
We need to put investment if we want
We'd
a
have to
good
budget
quality
money.
I
field.
agree.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I make a comment on that?
Go ahead.
Can we strongly, to the next council and the conversations going forward, this is a field that is used and owned, well, the high school's there. They now cannot have or cannot use or play soccer outside at all. So, I mean, this is huge to the school, to our residents, to over 700 kids in the soccer program. I mean, you know, we know how detrimental it is. Can we put a budget or a plan in place come November to look at seeding, tilling, soiling? I mean, it's not reinventing a wheel. People have soccer fields all over the province. Or just invest, make a decision and invest in the youth here in town. I highly recommend it.
We can do that, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's gonna be potentially seven new people sitting around this table in a month, and that's the decision. At that time, that council of the day will have to make, right?
Yeah.
But perhaps can be added to the next agenda to discuss it again, if it should be a budget item.
I hope so.
Very,
Well, like, to me, I agree with the deputy mayor, like, it's a very important field for the community, so like, yeah,
Without it, we have nothing.
from my department on my wish list on finance, like, I'll put things that will help increasing that field. Cause to me, since I've been here, that field's been a question, so I feel that council have this on priority, so I'll do the.
Yeah,
the
and
maths.
that's where I was gonna go with it too. I think we've been struggling with this since we've been on council,
Oh,
is
yeah.
it's like sport and rec facilities always get pushed behind water and sewer and other infrastructure, things that we need, right?
Yeah.
But it's just that, where do we start? Right? Do we start with, say, okay, well, we're not gonna be on next council, or whoever's here next time, you gotta make that decision to probably start and look at, okay, what's your 5-year plan or 4-year plan to where that soccer field is gonna be in 4 years, or 2 years, or 3 years, or whatever it takes, whatever you come up with. And like, again, we don't have the specialists around to deal with this, and I know what you mean is there's a soccer field everywhere on the island, but I mean, we don't have the resources the island got either, like you said, with the heavy equipment and having contractors come in and do the work for you, right? And
Yeah.
like you said, it's gonna take probably a person. It's gonna be a full-time job for one person to keep that field going,
Yeah,
right? So this is something that I think, next council will definitely have to look at. Committing
Councillor
to.
Palmer.
Yeah, what I would suggest perhaps, like, with the next council, just when the orientation is being done with CSR, is to just note that as an issue within the community. It's been an issue for a long time. And, you know, whatever the next council decides, I guess that's what you'll have to figure out then, right?
it's been a challenge, like, obviously I skipped 4 years, but in 2015, that field was not in good condition. We tried to bring it back, but we haven't.
Tried rolling it and everything, that didn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
it's
it has been receded until in 2012, and it was not in good condition in 2014.
You're right, it's making that commitment to actually do it. I mean, this isn't new. This isn't new to us at the table. We've been discussing this for 4 years, but like Councillor Winters said, it always gets pushed back or completely disregarded and saying, well, we're not going to invest into recreation. We've got other things to worry about for funding. But I really think this is a huge piece of the community that's really fallen by the wayside.
But
And are there
money is always an
avenues-
issue.
Other avenues of funding that we could look
Of course
into?
there is.
I mean, you know,
So,
would the town fund it all, or are there recreational grants out there that we can avail of?
there is some micro grant or small grant that we can apply, but if it, like, depending on the level of infrastructure needed, it's, we will need to.
It won't pay at all.
Yeah.
No, 1.8 million.
I think, yeah, I mean, it is gonna be a
1.3,
serious
1.8.
budget item. But yeah, I mean, when the next council, when you come in and brief the next council in terms of, what the priorities are from your department, that's probably one of the ones that's on top of the list.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
like, for me, it's unfortunate, it goes back to, like, I think we've said several times before, is, tax-paying residents not paying their taxes. I mean, that's a $2 million, $3 million amount of money that we don't have to work with, and this is exactly what we're due is, again, like I said, water and sewer comes first. No matter what we do, water and sewer comes first, right? So,
As it must,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But the thing is, I mean, we have spent a
Yeah.
lot of money in recreation as well
Yes.
too, so I mean, looking at,
Exactly.
you know, a teeter-totter. But yeah, it's all about balance and having the cash.
All right. Next thing I was going to ask you was the Winter Games. Did you already meet earlier on this month, September?
There was a meeting earlier this week, yeah, after I wrote the report. So
Okay,
they're back
yeah.
at the
And
table.
and we do have some people interested in our,
Please receive interest from an individual. And
One
some-
individual?
Yeah, one person that applied, and I have another person that mentioned to me that was
Okay.
interested, so we don't have a giant pool. So I've reached out to that person, asking to have a meeting so we can have a conversation, that the
Yeah.
person have a proper understanding of the challenge ahead. It's fun to be during that week, but there's a lot of work to do to select the team on a transparent and fair
Yes.
way.
and staffing, you're down a staff member?
I'm back full,
Started
but
today.
it's been
New one today.
A new one today?
it's like as today I'm full.
Oh, good.
Yesterday I wasn't. I was full for a period of time last week, which didn't last, and yeah. So it's been like, yeah. So hopefully, finger crossed, and knock on wood, I'll be a bit stable for the next few weeks because like what was all in on deck today to put the white paint
Yeah,
on the
'cause
ice.
this is a pretty busy time
Yeah.
to switch over, right?
Because the arena requires a lot of attention and the outdoor work's not finished, but the season progressing, so it's,
Score clock estimate, you got an estimate already?
sorry?
Did you get an estimate on the score clock?
I have one in,
Okay.
yeah, and there's several models, so like it range from like 40 to hundreds of thousands if we want something
Yeah.
3D and things, so.
So the ones that hang over now, what are the price range on those? So
Yeah, it's go
we're not
from,
looking at a
like,
jumbotron, but.
yeah, you start around like in the 40,000 up.
Yeah,
So
it's
something
like-
very basic with just
Yeah,
small
for-
light with no
130
sign
is the
that's
one that
on.
hangs.
Yeah, because when I brought it up, like for me, it was like, I look at the one in Sesh Arena is kind of ideal of what we're looking for. And it's not
Okay.
too big, not too small.
Yeah, I
And
haven't
it's
seen
not
the
stuck
one-
on one end of the arena, so you can't see it from the other side of the arena when you're a spectator, right? Other than that, that's all I have, and I got no recommendations.
I got
Anything
Alright,
from
sir.
Yeah.
staff or from committee?
Thank you.
The brush around, we already talked about it, but the brush down there around that cemetery, I don't know if Nadine wants to give an update, because you don't have an update, right, Dominic, from,
I've been working with the the other manager with Randy to rent the equipment. Right now, the equipment that we need is not available at United Rental, so.
so someone reached out to me that they can't access, they can't get in there because there's too much, it's overgrown too much. So staff are going to clean up the brush in that area? Or
Well-
someone's gonna clean it? Nadine, we talked about this at the last meeting.
access to the field?
No, the graveyard.
The cemetery.
Oh.
Town square.
There used to be a
cemetery is
pathway
not the
there.
town's.
No, there used to be a pathway, I think, from the park.
Could we do it as like courtesy, seeing there's loved ones in there? If we're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
go
What is
clear
it?
it out.
When they do the brush clearing, that they can look at the path there.
To what?
Path.
They can look at the path then when they get their brush clearing equipment down there.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Dominic, one question for you, if I may, is the heating in the arena, is that all completed?
I haven't seen more work since last
Okay.
meeting, so I will defer to the town engineer, but that's
Yeah, it's
that's,
engineering.
under engineering department. I'm not privy of
Okay.
the work there.
Randy, anything?
In the arena, is the heating,
The heating, the contractor, the contractor's awarded, the contractor got the panel and everything
okay,
ordered. Panel came in, but it was
Wrong
for a single phase and not 3-phase, so it had to be sent back. I'm waiting on the new panel now to
Okay.
come in.
and then the work will just follow
Then-
after that.
Then they just finish up work.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you're gonna have a hard time with the weather, trying to get ice down with the warm weather.
The heating system?
Yeah, no, the
The ice-
cooling system, getting the ice down.
There's ice rinks in
Oh, if
Australia,
it-
sure.
We have the heights down, we have first layer of paint, we seal it today. It's like, yeah. unless
But
we
there's
go-
not gonna be any delay, so like in your
At this
investment.
point, we're on schedule.
Okay,
So
perfect.
unless we have a mechanical break with that weather, it could be very problematic, but as long as we
Yeah.
don't have mechanical break,
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
should be okay.
It's Dominic's fault.
And
now.
with service, it's like those things break for no reason, so like,
So regular maintenance been done, like.
regular maintenance was done, Simcoe was here,
Yeah.
so we've been after it, it's working fine, like right now, we're maintaining the ice temperature with one compressor, so the pull down was done, in more than 24 hours, but probably in less than 36, so
Well,
it's pretty good with, because it was, when we turned the plant, it was 30-something degree outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And the curling club the same?
and
The curling club?
the
that you-
current club's not started, the club usually start a bit later in October.
Okay.
Or later, so, yeah.
Okay,
But they do their own ice, we will start the plant for them, but
Yeah.
they're pulling their pull down. The pull down's a bit longer with the, sand, because there's no
Yeah.
concrete.
no, that's right, it's on sand. All
Hey,
right, that's all I
thank
have.
you,
Anything
uh,
you got for everyone?
One thing I had is like I'm working finalizing the plan, with Glenn Pittman, our coordinator for Happy Valley Day.
Yeah.
We're looking at putting a barbecue there for the community. Was wondering if council would be available to, help and cook and provide food there, so. Actually, I don't, at Canada Day, I had the summer student that we put on the barbecue, but I don't have them right now, so.
we're gonna, Yep.
Oh, yes.
I can serve, I can't cook.
I don't mind.
I don't care, whatever he wants me to do.
Okay, just
I'm
send a
good at the
note.
flunky work.
Send a note.
Okay, so that's it, yeah.
All right, that's it
Thanks,
for you,
Tom.
sir?
No, but thank you for your
So-
time and your commitment to recreation. It's greatly appreciated, and good luck for the one that run, and good luck for your future project for the one that don't run.
And thank you, sir,
Thanks,
for your
Tom.
efforts.
Enjoy.
Glad to
If I
have you
make
back.
it next time around, I'll get you first again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Donna.
All right, buddy. Now, let's go to finance and admin policy. Now, sir, yours.
Okay, thank you. As our last meeting of this here committee, we have a very straightforward agenda, 2 items, 2 new business items. Both of them looking for donations, and I looked at our donations today, and we have plenty of money left. The first one is a request for a donation from the Special Physical Equipment Committee for Seniors. We've always supported this one, even when I was here 10 years ago. Basically looking for a donation, $2,000. They use it for various things they need for themselves. They make the determination what they need. And I have no problems approving this or recommending this one.
So there's no amount requested.
They didn't
but-
request an
2,000.
amount. We
2,000.
Yeah, just, I think there might be a typo.
There's a
There's a
typo
typo
there,
there, right?
1,500.
Is there a typo there, CAO?
Yeah,
It's- It says
Yes.
$200.
it's $200 there.
It says
There's a zero.
$2,000.
No
What?
problem.
Oh, no,
200.
sorry, there's,
We've given 1,000.
what is it?
Case.
It is 2,000 is the recommendation.
Oh, good,
Okay,
good,
all right,
good,
okay.
good.
Agreed. Yeah.
I was reading it like 200.
I put the comma there, I remember putting a comma in, so it was meant to be 2,000.
I was like, that doesn't even cover
Okay, so
your
we saw like
glasses.
said, a lot of money in there.
Yeah,
How much is left?
Was
Over
14,000.
2,000, wasn't it?
we didn't give any, have we? Okay, next item.
They give $250 per person, per item, so 2,000 will help them
Oh,
out
yes,
with 8 pieces
definitely.
of equipment.
Oh,
Perfect,
yeah, this one.
excellent.
So that amount carries over, eh, next year?
No. Because if you, just what I say, like, if you look, it's been as low as 500.
Yeah.
Last year, we only gave 500.
Yeah.
Then it's been 1,000,
No,
been
the
250.
remaining funds in the
Oh,
kitty.
there's-
It's over 14,000 left.
But it doesn't, because we're balanced budget.
That's why we've
So it's done.
always done large donations in December.
Yeah.
Somebody's not getting money.
Yeah, for some
There's no
reason in
request, huh?
2023, we gave them nothing, and then 24, we only gave them 500, so that's why I recommended 2,000.
And the other thing is that we might not have got a letter either, right?
The That's right.
We
If
may
they
not
didn't
have,
send
we
us
may
a
not
letter,
have got a
we
request, I don't know. All right, sir.
Okay, so everyone good with that one, recommended 2,000 to the
Yes.
specs?
Good with me, yeah.
Okay, the final one is the annual Wayne Memorial Law Enforcement Charity Golf Tournament, which is scheduled for September the 18th. And again, we've always done this one in the past. Okay, so.
So your committee, your committee is recommending
One
that?
proposing this one.
Your committee is recommending?
What are we,
Yeah.
what
I
are we
think it's
doing?
registrations.
Yeah,
There's no amount there,
There's no request
There's
for
No,
any.
there's no
request.
amount, that's right.
but we normally sponsor a team, don't we, Nadine?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
say
that's
it's
it.
$50
$50
per
a
player,
person.
and
Yeah.
it's 4 players on a team.
So it's
Yeah.
$200.
We literally got this morning, we tell them every year, put it in a month in advance, we got it this morning. And it's happening before council meeting on the 23rd.
But it's
So
in the
basically,
package
you're looking
now,
at
so what's the
$200.
recommendation?
Yeah,
I mean, I'd be,
I'm good with that.
I'm good with 500, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a lot.
everybody's really generous with the money.
Oh,
But
yes.
no, whatever, I mean, what, I would say give what we give last year.
Yeah, what did we give them last year?
200.
It was just registration.
Yeah.
200 seems like,
Well, basically, what we do is we
Team.
put a team in. I mean, we
Yeah.
play every year, isn't
Can I play golf, yeah?
it? No, with,
He's the
in that
captain of our
tournament.
Ryder Cup. What's that?
You play in that tournament every year, the Wayne Winters Memorial.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we have a town team, so that's all we
Yeah.
do is we sponsor
Yeah,
the
so,
team.
so before it
just
starts,
sponsor it.
does anybody around the table wanna play? So we can tell them to go get staff, cause this happens every
Absolutely
time.
not.
Yeah.
What day
No.
is it? 18th?
Have at her, staff.
No, I'm on a different team.
Okay. Oh,
Well, Winters team.
yeah, okay, figured. Okay, so, offer to staff, is that good with everybody?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that
Okay,
is, sir, from
I'll
you.
just mention one item that was mentioned to me by the staff in the front here. Last council meeting, basically, you made the order to have water shut-off notices issued, right? We did tell it, but we didn't tell them when it had to be done, so they were told to do it right away, it was on the payroll week, so that's not for us to decide when it should be done right away, but I mean, she just asked me to mention because payroll was put aside to get those done. Normally payroll will be done first before you do that stuff, right?
So no payroll
And
was
there's only
done?
2 people here in the office,
So
the
it's twice every day.
unionized ones.
But that wouldn't be
That's,
for
I'm
us.
just mentioning it,
Yeah, I'm not quite sure,
I'm just mentioning that.
The water shut off
Water shut off.
was
Should have been
scheduled
done
the
after
same
the
day.
payroll
Yeah.
notices, really.
The problem is the water shut off was scheduled the same day as payroll, and there was
Yes.
only 2 staff here, and,
to issue the notices, right?
yeah, and so everybody came in the same time,
making payments,
yeah,
yeah,
when there was only 2 staff.
yeah,
I guess they felt,
Was payroll late?
But you can't,
no,
you can't
employees have to
decide
be
when
on time.
people are gonna make payments.
but I guess the,
All right, going forward, we should
yeah, we
be
should.
more.
Well,
Plan
her,
out
her
schedule.
issue was that she had to do letters up that same,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, okay, so.
We
it
should
wasn't-
schedule that as
Yeah.
them type of things on a payroll day, I guess is
Yes,
the,
that's
Makes
right,
sense.
yeah.
for future. And we're all
So we'll leave that
done.
with the CAO then,
Yeah.
or the new,
And that is it for me, sir, thank you.
all right, sir, thank you. Let's go to community planning and development.
Thank you, Mayor. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Absolutely.
Sorry, and because I never had a chance to speak to Councillor Broomfield before the meeting started,
Okay.
the 2024 audit was sent off to the auditor today.
Oh,
And I was speaking with her yesterday, and I told her she'd have it today, and she had it today, so.
So we will be up to date after
Well, once
she finishes her process.
When she finishes it and it presents to council, and then council adopts it, depending on the timing, it may or may not be this council. But,
It's
yeah,
basically
we will
done.
be,
Yeah,
we will be only a few months behind, we'll be up to date. And
okay.
Amazing.
2025 is looking good
Good.
going forward.
Absolutely wonderful. That's good news. All right, that's it, sir. Okay,
Yes.
now community planning and development.
Thank you, Mayor. As you've already kind of mentioned that it seems to be a lighter agenda this time. So, before I get to the 2 applications that we have, though, I just did want to mention, in the committee of a whole, that if everybody's looked at their manager's reports, which I'm sure we all have, I, for one, was flabbergasted at how busy Margaret has been.
Oh.
And hats off to Margaret, because there are some things that I saw on this agenda that I just went, yes, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So one of those things was that I saw that Margaret had a council chamber audio video upgrade meeting with somebody. So just the fact that there's some movement happening, so that tells me that Margaret has recognized that we have significant challenges. Oh, and Nadine, she's pointing over this way. So the two of you, yes, working together, just recognizing that there have been audio video challenges and that we want to definitely make those improvements. So I was very happy to see that on your agenda. Thank you very much for, you know, working on propelling that forward. I also see a lot of in-person meetings, so it was nice to see that Margaret was a part of meetings with municipalities, Newfoundland and Labrador, which we met with as council, and with the chamber staff, and just, you know, it's just nice to see that we have somebody in place that these things are, because, and we all know, I mean, there are different roles within the town that have been lacking, and recently there was some communication back and forth with council and Margaret just to kind of send a bouquet of thanks for the proactive communications that are happening. So it is very much appreciated, and just looking at that, that management report, it just tells me that there's a lot that she's been doing. And again, a huge thanks for the work on the bus, the transit project, because that we know has been a big endeavor as well. So I appreciate that. So the two things that we have for new business on community planning and development, we have two home-based business applications. They're both very similar. So the first one is for 161 Hamilton River Road. And with this one, it is for a home-based office, basically. And it would be, all the work would happen off-site. So it's just, wait, no, I'm reading the wrong one, sorry.
Yeah.
I've got my pages mixed up. Okay, so,
119.
why am I reading this one?
119B.
Okay. I flipped the wrong page. Okay, so the first one was, I'm sorry, 119B Hamilton River Road. And this one is for a home-based business for a consulting service. All work will occur at the locations requiring this service.
Oh, really?
So this one is 119B Hamilton River Road, Lightship Strategies, and the applicant has been advised that this is phone, internet, email, home office only, and that the application must comply with town regulations. One thing worth noting is that the discretionary land use ad was placed on our website for September 5th to September 12th. Today is September the 9th. So if we are in agreement today to bring this forward as a recommendation at our next meeting, we will have to take into consideration if there is any feedback. So staff will let us know if there are any comments received prior to our actual council meeting. So if everybody's good, I think we can bring that one forward as a straightforward. Councillor Compton-Hobbs, you as well?
Yes.
Okay. The second one, when I said two very similar, is 26 Ike Street, and this one as well is a consulting business. This one called Arctic Moss Studios. The business office will be operated in the main structure. However, it does say that all work will occur at the locations requiring those services, so it would be off-site. They are aware that they have to comply, and same with the last one. This one is September 6th to September 13th for the advertising to the public, with staff committing to letting us know if there is any feedback prior to our next council meeting. So home office-based, home business, consulting services. Everybody good with bringing that one forward?
Yes.
Okay. And then, the third one is one that wasn't part of that package. Is this one for our, Nadine, is this for part of this?
Yep.
161, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So, and that's the third, that one, the 3 pages are all for the same application, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes, okay. So, 161 Hamilton River Road, does council approve Plex housing at this location? So the property is zoned commercial, and as per section 3.3 of the development regulations, an apartment building with commercial on main floor is discretionary use. So the applicant is looking to convert an existing building into an apartment building with commercial space as well. The discretionary land use ad was placed on our website. Is this correct, from April 14th to the 24th?
Yeah. It was forgotten
And
last
so
week.
it was for the full 7 days. There was one, I guess, citizen feedback given in those 7 days. So the town's conditions, of course, it has to comply with our development regulations and the fire, life, and safety, everything that we normally would anticipate. So the one resident concern that came forward was that residential development should not take place in a commercial zone. So I'm assuming that the staff conversation that was had with that resident was that this is discretionary. So it's not that it's not permitted, it is discretionary, and that council would take all of this into consideration. So, staff has recommended that we support and approve, and I'm just looking now for the committee to give any,
I don't have an issue with it.
No, I don't have any issue with it, yeah, from my understanding, that's the building there.
Yeah. I have a question in terms of parking. Plex housing, is it gonna face the other building, or how is it going to, in terms of parking? Because there's not a lot of parking in that government service center,
In the back?
and I know because it's staffed by that's where they park vehicles. I'm just wondering, where's the parking gonna be?
Yeah, is there a parking plan? There should be a.
Yeah,
parking
like,
plan, right?
and, I mean, is there a necessity on this one to have a stormwater retention plan as well? Because that's what we said going forward. That's why I just wondering, and that's the two questions I got.
Well, it would have to be in compliance with all policies and conditions and the development regulations.
Mayor, if I just can add, if you turn to page 2 in this 3-page section, it says, and I can only go by what is listed here, it says, the proposed application is to convert an existing building into a 4-unit apartment building while having offices located in the front. This will maintain the overall exterior appearance of the property, as the only change to the appearance will be replacing roof and siding. No additional parking will be required, as there is ample parking on the property for dedicated unit parking. So I don't know if that constitutes as a parking plan,
So
but
so right now, we're not approving this. We're approving the change from, we're approving the discretionary use of Plex housing.
That's correct, Mayor.
So this
This-
is not a plan, so.
No, this is
and
not a
this
building
needs to be clearly
approval.
identified, right?
Yeah.
This only allows the
Right.
developer to go ahead
To give
to
for his
Service
drawings.
NL
Right.
to get his fire life safety.
Yeah.
You know, and then he has to submit a building plan application to the town,
Right.
and then we'll do a more detailed review as to what he actually submits.
And that drawing then will give us the parking.
Yeah, with
That will
size.
give us all the details to make sure that he is in compliance with all our regulations and with fire life safety with Service Now.
And it was supposed to be brought to last council, but it was omitted from the agenda. And checking the agenda this morning, I didn't see it, so I called CAO.
In error.
Yeah, we got it here again, so it's here now, so which is good for the developer, so.
so I in that, oops, in that, this is why we need to upgrade our audio video.
I'm
It's
not
all
sure
on
how
me.
you're gonna spell it in the minutes, but.
There goes the mic. Sorry about that. On page 1, I just want to clarify then with the CAO that recommendation, because the way the recommendation reads and what the mayor has just said, what we're looking to do is approve not the structure, but the discretionary land use. Like, I want to make sure, Mr. Dillon actually is who I should be looking to, because your name is on that.
Yes, Councillor, when we introduce the motion, it will be noted that this will be for a discretionary, for council to approve discretionary use of this application.
Okay,
So in terms of the stop work order that's put on that property now, because there are exterior walls removed, will there be no construction there now until a permit is issued, and then we don't give that until the fire life safety comes back, right?
That's correct, Mayor.
All right.
okay, so everybody good with bringing this one forward?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the three that I had, and
Okay.
that's everything for me, thank you.
Thank you, Conley. All right, let's move to protective services. Councillor Council
Thank you, Mayor. The first item on the, under our Protective Service Committee is the fireworks bylaw, and everybody's got a copy. I assume everybody read it, and we'll get Fire Chief Brad Butler to, if we got any questions, but I like what you presented there, and I like the times. And the only thing is, the only question I had on it was, if we're going to allow people to come and get permits, are we gonna put a time frame on them as well?
The piece that I put into that one, I think it was 5 days
Yeah.
notice for a permit.
Yeah, but I
And,
meant like to put them off.
That would be,
Turn your mic on. Oh, there you go.
So if I
that would be up
came,
to council. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't, this is only a draft.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, if you guys wanted to look at it and say it's only from this time to this time,
yes, yeah,
I'm totally fine in that aspect.
that was my question, so if I came in and got a permit, is there gonna be a time frame that I gotta set them off between
Yes,
7 and 10?
so that would be the development of a new permit as well.
Okay,
Okay. I
Councillor
just
Fowler.
have one question just on the enforcement part of it. I know
Yeah.
that's gonna be the biggest challenge.
But that's why I had a question mark there.
Yeah.
Because is it gonna be X amount for a first offense, second offense, third offense? That would all have to be in the new bylaw.
So have you, like, I know you've looked at other
Yeah,
communities.
some
Is there
municipalities.
a range on that?
Yeah, I haven't seen a high range. I think it's a piece of the lack of enforcement. So if you have, the fireworks are set off at 10 o'clock on a Friday night, not every municipality has somebody that's working then.
They're probably setting out fireworks.
Right, so that's the downfall in this, but a lot of municipalities, it's $100. So the permit is free, there's no money being taken in by the town for the permit, for everything that we're trying to do. It's just a piece of making sure the citizens of the community are all fine with
so
what
if
you guys
someone
want.
sets, someone sets up a firework at 4 o'clock on Canada Day,
Yep,
then they could get fined, whatever we put
yes, they
in
could,
place.
but the onus would be on the citizens to make that phone call, because somebody's not driving around for that.
But I mean, if someone
just-
sets fireworks off on New Year's Day, 11:30 or 12:35, who's gonna be responding to that?
Right,
That's the
but
challenge.
if the bylaw's put in place and everybody's aware of what it's stating, maybe people will start abiding by that, because last year, it did get out of hand.
Yeah.
But it was the weather, everything was,
I got
you
it.
know,
The perfect storm. I just think that, I read through this today, there's no difference to this, except the potential of, some enforcement
Yeah.
action, which we all know around here, people are gonna put off, just like, fireworks when they want. Why don't we just put the times in our permit process? Because the big intent is that people are aware that fireworks are gonna be set off.
right.
We're not
that's-
gonna tell everybody, but I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody wants to put off fireworks next week to mark an event,
Yep,
according to this, they would have to come to council, and potentially.
not come to council,
Town to get a permit.
they come to the town to get a permit.
Yeah, yeah.
So right now, it's 48 hours.
Right, but we
what
only
we're
have
finding is
dates,
That timeframe
but-
isn't enough to let everybody know.
Right, but the dates you have here, on the one I read today, was that on the bylaw that's in the package, it said it was only 2 days and dates, other, dates by
Right, so
council.
2 days is Canada Day
Right,
and New Year's Day,
right.
you don't need a
And
permit.
other dates approved by council.
Right, so
Right.
right now, I'll say the Santa Claus Parade, council puts off fireworks.
Right, but what I'm saying is that, right now, we're only talking about, what, maybe a dozen days of the year where there's fireworks?
Right.
How many permits did we issue last year? Do you know? A handful?
Not everybody gets permitted.
No, I know, but this is not gonna stop everybody either. So,
You're looking at a dozen, roughly.
yeah,
gonna control it.
so I mean, but you're not gonna control it. You're not gonna
You're not
control
gonna
it.
enforce it, but it's certainly gonna cut down
But if
on
you're not
what's
gonna
going on
enforce
in
it, don't
there.
put a bylaw.
Well, then
So
we'll,
if we put the times,
we'll try to enforce it.
well, yeah,
That's the
if we
whole
put the
idea.
times on the permits, I think that's a lot better approach, because if somebody goes down and buys fireworks, I mean, chances are, you know, we're not gonna enforce them. We don't have, so we're gonna pay more in overtime to enforce a bylaw on a particular evening than we're going to do if we catch us 10 people.
Right, so the other piece to this one is, and I'm glad you brought it up, because it was a point that I had thought about. Maybe the places that sell fireworks, we can have the bylaws printed off,
They can't sell them.
Have the permit
and give it
requirements.
give it, and the permit there, as long as it's not New Year's Day or Canada Day, fill out your permit and take it back to the town, but make sure you got it done 5 days in advance.
And have the times there to say, look,
Yep,
you can only
but
put
that
this
would
on.
be, that would be put, some that
But
we
I
put
don't-
into the bylaw.
I don't
as
think
well
we
as-
need a bylaw, because, again, if we went back to our, talking about municipal affairs when we did our training, if you're gonna take the time and effort to put a bylaw into place, you gotta be able to enforce it.
Right.
And we are not gonna enforce fireworks in Happy Valley Goose Bay. I'm gonna go to Councillor Rumble first.
See, I have to respectfully disagree there, because I'm a rules person. I firmly believe that we cannot exist without rules. Do I throw garbage out the window of my vehicle? Absolutely not. Do I do it because I'm afraid I'm gonna get a $5,000 fine? Absolutely not.
Do a lot of people do
It's-
it?
Yes, but
Absolutely.
what I'm saying is, I don't think people are deterred by fines. I think that if there's a rule in place, there's a rule in place, and people are either gonna respect it because they are people who respect and follow rules, or they're going to flout them. And but if you don't have a rule in place for people to follow, then, you know, you don't have those guidelines. And so it's the same as the provincial fire ban, it's the same as littering. To me, it's, if you are somebody who doesn't litter, you don't litter. If you're somebody who, you know, respects the fact that there's a fire ban on and doesn't light a fire, then you do that. I know with the province, they put, you know, huge fine penalties out, and that may have been a deterrent, but I just think that, you know, our average citizens, if they're told, this is our bylaw, this is our rule, this is why, I know, I understand and I respect the argument of why have a rule if you can't enforce it. I understand that. But I also feel like if there's a rule in place and people know why the rule is in place, then they will, there's a good portion of us
Yeah.
in the public that will respect the rule.
But couldn't you be, but putting a time in our permit procedure, which is still a rule?
The times
couldn't-
now are in the permit,
Absolutely, all right.
but
So,
we'd just have to update it for
Right.
Just update the
what you
But-
choose.
but the only thing is now, so what'll happen now, say tonight, if you go home and there's fireworks next door, you have the right, because, well, not tomorrow's not right, but when we put this, if we put a bylaw in place, then that person calls the town or calls 3322 and says, hey, listen, there's fireworks next door to me, and reports it, what are you gonna do about it? What's he gonna say? Well, the municipal enforcement officer's not working tonight.
Why do we have to be working? if you're putting
'Cause you
fireworks
gotta
out
prove it.
next
You
to
gotta-
me,
yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
call
prove
the
it.
town, I'm gonna take a
Council-
picture, I'm gonna do whatever, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
We need this bylaw to get some control.
Right,
I
so
don't- I
the
don't
piece
think
is,
I'm gonna, just 1 second, I'm gonna go to Council Palmer. 'cause
Now,
he
I
had
mean,
his hand.
right now, I mean, fireworks are under our noise.
noise and nuisance, that's what I was gonna
noise
say.
nuisance
Yeah.
well, regulations or
Yeah.
bylaw. And, it has been occasionally enforced in the past, not consistent,
No,
but it has been enforced in the past.
because there was no dollar figure added to it.
No.
So if you're gonna issue a ticket, what were you issuing a ticket for?
Yeah.
And what was the fine?
That's right. So, I mean, I don't know, this might be, I don't know if other communities, what their practice is, but there's so many people in town that are selling fireworks.
Yep,
So,
How many?
can a system be put in place?
How many are selling fireworks?
you got about a half
Also,
dozen.
half
3 or
dozen
4, yeah.
Businesses, I guess, that are selling fireworks. So in order to purchase fireworks, can they be
Show a permit.
obligated to provide a permit from
We're
the
doing it
town
backwards. It needs
in
to
order
show
to
a permit.
purchase it? So
Why not?
if you
So
want to
that's what I
purchase
said.
fireworks,
So say X store is gonna sell fireworks for
you gotta get a permit from the
a
town.
regular day. If the bylaw is approved
Yeah.
and goes through the process, have a bunch of them printed off as well as the permit that they had to fill out and bring to the town with that seller of the fireworks. So if you come in as a resident of Happy Valley Goose Bay,
They signs it off.
here's the bylaw, here's your permit, please go to the town.
Yeah,
That's-
please.
Other than New Year's and Canada Day,
Okay.
But please go to the town, so there's no onus on that person to take that then and go, so that
Right.
defeats
What
that
I- what I-
purpose.
What I'm
You
getting
go to
at,
the town first,
in order
then
to
go
purchase,
That's-
in order to purchase, you
Yep.
have to have your permit.
Right, but then that
Oh,
would have
walk
to,
into
Oh,
this
that
way.
retailer with your
Sorry, I-
permit.
that would then
misunderstood
have to
you.
be, that would then have to be in the bylaw.
It would be a bylaw.
But then
I mean,
at the end of the
if you
day,
wanna purchase
but
fireworks,
at the end of the day, I walk in, I have my permit, I buy my fireworks, fine. So I'm gonna put them off next Thursday.
Yeah, more times often than not, say if you come in, you'll say on your permit, I'll be setting these out between 8 and 9 on
such and
Right.
such.
the day.
Yeah, yeah. So that's not the problem we're having. We
No.
had a problem with New Year's Eve
Right.
because it went
That's why
online.
it was,
So in my next thing is that, do you honestly think that a 25 or 50 or even $100 for some of the fireworks, because they're usually expensive, is gonna be any kind of deterrent for people not to
So
put out
put it up
fireworks?
higher, we don't have to be $100, and it wasn't only New Year's. There was several times last year, there was lots of complaints.
Yes, but
out
were they
there.
permits? Were there
They
permits
didn't
given?
have permits.
Not for New Year's.
I
you
don't know.
need one.
New
No,
Year's
you don't
and
need
Canada
them, but
Day,
I
you
mean,
don't
these
need
other
permits.
dates.
No, but the other days, they didn't have permits either.
But then that's where if we go to the seller, you have to come back with your permit in order to buy from me. At least then we have a record now that Councilor Hobbs bought fireworks last night and when she's gonna put them out.
But it's obvious there's still work to be done. on
There's
this.
Oh, no question.
And we're gonna have a
But
lot
it's-
more
The
discussions on
bylaw is
this.
gonna take, is gonna put some type of control over it.
Okay, but no, but I don't think so, because at the end of the day, as a neighbor, and I call and say, okay, what are you gonna do about it? Right, these fireworks went out for 2 hours last night, what's happening with it?
They're gonna get a
It's too
fine.
late then.
How are they gonna get a fine?
Well, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna say to the neighbor, call the town.
Yeah, so he calls the next morning when Barry's working, when the MEO is working,
Yeah.
and says, hey, listen, somebody put fireworks off last night, I don't know who it was, I
And
think it might have been my
something got
neighbor.
Maybe you could take a picture of your neighbor and say, this guy, look, last
Oh.
night.
that's the piece that
So,
would have
but
to
at the,
happen.
at the
That
same
is the
time,
piece.
we're not enforcing silencers on skidoos, that happens all the time, or motorbikes that sound like, rocket ships
Not anymore.
all the time. We're not enforcing those, and that happens almost,
You gotta look at the
Every day and
bigger
night.
picture. What's the issue here? It's.
New Year's Eve was the issue.
No, George, you're wrong. You're
Oh.
wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
those was the biggest issue.
I'm sorry.
There was an issue, but there was issue other days too.
Not
Any other,
near like
any other
this.
council who wants to jump in and agree with me, they can, but
Absolutely.
the other issue was pet safety. Dogs were bolting
And
outdoors.
that's what brought it to the.
That's what brought it.
But,
Years ago.
but the thing is too, is that, but I mean, for me, if somebody knows there's gonna be fireworks being put off, can they mitigate that from a pet perspective?
Right.
Or
One
are
of
we
the other
just?
pieces- One of the other
Because
pieces.
if the fact is we're gonna ban fireworks we're gonna allow them on every day if they have a permit, that defeats the purpose of your worried about your pet, right? Because the fireworks can still go off if you have a permit from the town. So that negates that.
Right,
that
but the
throws that out the window.
permit puts it on our social media.
Right,
The
but that's
permit
what,
gives somebody a heads
but,
up.
but this bylaw doesn't.
But it does, because one of the pieces in this bylaw is, it says, every person who discharges family fireworks shall notify the immediate neighbors in the neighborhood of their intentions.
Yes.
That's-
Permit or
that's-
no permit?
That's fair, but I think the way to go, if we're going to do, and I don't think it needs to be a bylaw, is that they need that before they can buy,
And
right? Because then we
I'm fine
know,
with that piece
we've
as
got
well.
that information, we
Yep.
know that this person's gonna put off fireworks.
yeah,
But
Right?
not only it works if the
But-
seller's
right,
in
that's
town,
right.
but anybody from outside, if someone goes to the city and buys fireworks
Yep.
and comes here and sets them up,
Absolutely, yep.
no permits,
No.
no announcements,
No
no
nothing.
PSA.
But the thing is that, like I say, I mean, we've gotta be able to enforce it.
I think you
Yes,
do
it's waste-
more communications around it, talk about the importance of it. Like
Hours?
Denise was saying, or Councillor Rumble was saying, people generally want to follow the rules.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think the
really do.
bylaws
You're
are
gonna always have people that don't,
We know.
but I mean, last
that's
New
you,
Year's
Aaron.
Eve was absolutely crazy.
It was.
It was.
But you
It
can
was
set
too
them
much.
off New Year's Eve. Now we're just limiting the times. New Year's Eve is an accepted day, so if the same thing happens this year coming up, there's nothing we're doing
but right,
because it's
the
not
other
in our
piece that's,
bylaw.
the other piece
there
that's in
are
this
other
one, that
options.
changes the hours.
There are other
Yeah,
options,
the hours I think is the way to go,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
us knowing that it's going to be so we can put
I
them in
don't
the
know,
social
my
media.
one too is, in this new one, it says, no person shall discharge family fireworks into or on any building, structure, doorway, vehicle must be at least 25 feet away from a building. Like, I mean, it was, when we talk about last New Year's Eve, and
But you-
really when it boils down to it, that was our biggest issue. You're saying, yeah, it would be permitted, because you don't need a permit on New Year's Eve, but, just the simple fact of people knowing that, like, my neighborhood, your Adams Loop, on Pottle Street, our houses are very close together. People should not be, if you're less than 25 meters away from a building, you shouldn't be discharging fireworks.
I'm on a corner lot, I get away with it. I get to 25 meters.
So.
Others don't. But the other side is telling people in the neighborhood, so over our way, you would have to go around Mitchell, Pottle, Adams Loop.
Well, depending on what your definition of neighborhood is,
With,
yes.
right? So,
Immediate neighbor.
but the easier way
Yes.
is the permit. We have the permit there. I think if we limit the hours, then we have some options.
I don't agree with you, and I'm
That's
the
fine, we
chair of this
disagree.
committee, so I'd like to get out what I,
You got it out 3 or 4 times. We
yeah, but
understand.
barely, cause it keeps getting cut off, but
No, you-
anyway, we asked staff to go get the information on the bylaw, he did. And it's good information in there, and I don't see any harm in it, like, permit bylaw, like the bylaw will have some control around it, and if you got a short memory and don't remember last year, there was complaints all over besides New Year's of a guy in middle town who was setting off fireworks from 8 o'clock till 7 o'clock the
Did
next
we receive
morning.
any complaints last year from fireworks?
Did anybody?
Did we,
Is anybody
excuse me,
aware
I'm
of
just
what
asking the
happened?
CAO a
From
question.
the public, I don't
From
recall. I know
3322?
there's a lot of talk
No.
amongst our staff.
No, but
that
3322?
that I
Never
can't
mind
find.
3322, everyone around this table knows who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but New Year's Eve was
It wasn't
always
New Year's
crazy.
Eve, it was not New Year's Eve. He was shooting fireworks from 8 in the night till 7 in the morning, all the neighborhood was awake, I think.
Where was this?
I think the fire chief knows what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't remember a complaint coming in, I think it
But
was.
we were aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, the bylaw would control some of that
Oh.
stuff, you know?
The potential is there, yes.
Yes.
Are you
And-
gonna have people that may not? You always are.
Do you think this is a good bylaw?
I do. I wouldn't have wrote it
Yes.
if I didn't think so.
So as a director of protective
Mhm.
services, you support and think this is a good bylaw?
Yes, I do, but there's also other things that can be, there's also
Yeah.
other things
Yes.
that have to be
It's
added
a work in
into
progress,
it.
and
It
there's
is.
great work that you got done here,
Yeah.
but still probably lots of work that needs
Yeah,
to be done before
but that's
we get
why I
to
had a
where we
question mark there by the fine piece.
Yeah.
I don't wanna put anything in there and say, this is what it's gonna be, when you guys don't think that that's what it should be.
Right.
Yeah. So is this something we want to, deal with in our last public meeting, or do we want to roll this over to the new council?
It's not
There's
fully
work to be
written.
done yet.
I will say it's not fully written. This is
Right.
just the bones of what it needs to be,
Yeah.
you know, so. Am I in agreement? I do agree with the pieces that are there. Does it have to go to legal? Yes, it does.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? Because some of the acts and all that stuff, the numbers may have changed.
Yeah.
Right.
So those pieces,
Yeah, the only thing I would suggest, if you had a table as to other municipalities and what their findings, their enforcement
Yep.
structure is,
yep,
and that, we can have something prepared,
Yep.
that's all I would add.
Well, I look
Yeah.
at this as, like I said, it is a work in progress, and it's definitely not ready for council, or we'd see recommendation
Right.
written somewhere.
yeah.
But
This,
I-
no,
I
this
see-
for
I
sure
see
has
the
to
work
legal.
there, and mayor's made some points, Councilor Rumpel made some points, everybody's made their points.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, it's right now, it's gonna have to go to the next council, because
Yep.
it's nowhere near ready.
No, this gives you
Well, it
the,
looks to me that there's only a penalty that's left here with a question mark, but,
That'd be the same.
it has to go to legal.
And legal.
so-
Yeah, but are you
Now,
gonna want,
legal will come back and say, this is what
Yeah.
they
here are the
suggest
parameters, yeah.
for that aspect.
Yeah.
Are you gonna include the requirement for people to buy fireworks here? A permit? You're not? So that's the kind of stuff you gotta think about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
How
and
do
and
you
that's what I'm
tighten that
saying.
up?
If you guys want that added in, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't have, like,
Okay,
you know, 'cause
so I think we've discussed fireworks.
to death. All right, so the next thing I was gonna talk about was the post today, we didn't have any information on it, but the animal welfare inspectors. So our now, I don't know if there's any more you wanted to add, but our animal control officer, MEO, has completed training with the chief veterinarian office.
Yep.
With the province, so now,
Yep.
so if you
So
want.
that training was done a
Yeah.
while back.
Yeah,
We were delayed on the PSA because we were waiting on the province to do theirs first.
Right.
They never ever did theirs. So, she apologized for that piece, the lady that I've been dealing with from the chief veterinarian's office. So basically, she gave us the blurb of what we could put out in our own PSA, and that's what Margaret put out today.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing was the community safety plan, if you wanted to speak a
Yeah,
little bit
so,
on that.
Kathy sent you guys the report that Brian gave me. He's in full swing with that report. He's further along than I thought he would be at this moment. He's very in-depth and he's very detailed, so I think he's gonna do wonderful things with that plan. And, the next thing he's got to move forward with now is the steering committee and to launch the website and the survey.
Right.
So he's preparing that as we're going, and yeah, you'll see those pieces roll out. So when the steering committee is done, one of the members of that steering committee will be somebody from the new council.
Right.
So that's why the steering committee has been delayed for that reason.
Question, Brad, is, how long is he in that position for? How long is that?
It's a grant from the province.
Yeah.
So it's no more than 12 months.
12 months, okay, yeah. The other thing I was gonna mention was, the RCMP report. I asked Kathy, so we just got it today, so she's gonna email it, we'll be able to review that, cause I always highlight the stats on there, the calls. And Gerda, we had a discussion, we had an update on that,
Yeah,
so there's.
so I sent you guys an email, I took out 4 days from August and sent you the email on that.
Yeah,
That's the way they send me the report. She sends it to both myself and Barry, and in the email that I sent back to you, we look at them and we take out anything that we need to. So if there's a problem in an area, then Barry goes and checks on whatever that piece is.
yeah,
Sometimes before she even sends me the reports, she's calling me and saying, one of our guards had this problem today, or had a problem with the valley, never got through. I'll make a phone call. They were busy with the wildfires in Nova Scotia, so that they couldn't directly get to them right away, but they got to them when they needed to. So, I don't know if you got what you requested by the Garda reports that I sent to you. That's how they do them, and that's how the previous company that we had before Garda, they did them handwritten, and they were sent to me every so often.
yeah. I guess the question is, like, what are we doing with the data?
So the data stays in my email under the Enforcement 2025 banner. It's hard to print them off. I could ask Garda for the paper copies if that's the way you want it and we store them here, or,
I don't think they should be circulated.
No, I mean, there might,
No.
And the reason I don't is because,
privacy issues or anything in
no,
there.
Yeah.
the reason I don't is because usually it's habitual, right? The way
yeah.
But I
patrols
guess,
are done in there.
It's
is-
using the stats and the information in areas, it's not taking the incident report and distributing that.
No,
Yeah.
but I
It's
mean,
like if
he,
you have something on this street in this area, how many times was that occurring that week?
Yeah.
well, then if that's what we wanna do, then we need
Decipher
to.
it down a bit more, I
log that.
think.
Yeah.
like,
That'll be
where's
us
the
doing that though,
problem
right?
areas?
And I would think that, you know, that could be shared with the gentleman who's working on the community safety plan.
Yes.
Right? That information would be valuable information.
Yeah.
But yeah, two relevant
Yeah.
parties.
He
And
wouldn't
if
have
we're,
every report.
if
Right,
that's a
exactly.
decision, though, like say for instance, if there's a particular problem area,
Yep.
you know, how many times has,
That's right.
you know, our contractor called the RCMP,
Yep.
you know,
There
or
are
something, but that's
4 or
something we're
5.
gonna have,
Right,
right,
there are
and if you
4 or
guys
5
do that
those
in the
areas.
mornings though, right? Then,
Well, if I can just, like, I'm looking at Councillor Rumble again, because I've seen a marked difference in
Yep.
having Garda around. and
Yep.
Especially as time went on, because now the vehicle's recognizable, they know the drivers, and all they do is pull in and people just move
Yeah.
on.
They don't even wait to be spoken to anymore.
No,
They just
No.
move
No.
on, and Garda's coming, let's go.
it's,
It serves as a deterrent.
right. But it's a precursor to, listen, guys, you know, people can hear you, there's stuff
Yeah,
going
and-
on.
and if you're
And
not
if you
gonna-
don't disperse,
We're gonna call the RCMP.
step 2 is the RC, yeah, so
are they
it's,
engaging like that though?
Some of the people,
Yeah,
they are engaged, no, they don't engage
right,
them.
yeah, that's what I mean,
But
right,
sometimes they
Yeah.
get engaged.
so we don't tell them
Garda
we're gonna
gets
call the
engaged
police,
by them,
yeah,
right.
and then the RCMP are called,
Right.
or if there's
but,
excess.
but we're not telling them, listen,
I
if
think
you
what
don't move on,
Councillor
we're-
Pomeroy and I are referencing is based on where our
Your place.
offices
Where you
are.
are.
What we witness is if there's a group congregating that are up to anything at all, and Garda pulls along and they don't disperse, within short order, the RCMP
So
will
that-
arrive.
it
So I've
works.
seen both.
It works,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've seen them pull up and now it's like, ugh, Garda's here again.
Yeah, you
And
see
so
it,
they
we
just
slowly
move
move
on.
on. That's, you
Just
know.
move on.
Okay,
Yeah.
Brad,
Yeah.
question from Gerda, have they had many complaints from the Learning Lethbridge area? There's a lot of illegal activity happening up in that area, are they patrolling
There's
it?
nothing, they are patrolling it, there's
Yeah.
nothing that jumps out from their reports.
Okay, all right,
there's nothing happening on the streets, I guess, they don't visibly see it.
Yeah, they're not in the residences, they're not
No,
in the backyards.
they're in the bushes and in the easements
night.
there between Mesher and Learn.
Yeah, and they're not, Garda isn't in there.
No, they're not in there, but I wondered if anybody called complaints. They're probably calling the RCMP, but.
Probably, I'd say that's the
Hopefully.
route that most people are taking.
Yeah.
That's good, that's good. Did
All
you-
right, that's it for me.
Okay.
I just,
Thank you. Do you have a
I
comment,
don't
or-
know, in terms of the fire protection officer, has that position been filled or advertised?
It is, so,
you did
Sam
that
Lorimer
before.
started, Tuesday past.
Okay.
He's a week in, he's, involved in Fire Prevention Week preparation now. He's made contact with both, with Queen of Peace, Peacock. We're in the midst of, notifying École Boreale to get into the school. So we're into Peacock on Monday for the coloring contest announcement and delivering all that stuff, so, he's been out on a few inspections with me. We got another one tomorrow morning for a home-based business that was approved last month. So I'm going with him on the first few, because, where he's new here, I'm just showing him the ropes and all that stuff, so.
I have one
No,
more
he's
question.
doing good.
On the moving violation, did we write a letter to follow up with our concerns? We did?
We didn't get a response, I guess.
Have we heard back from the province?
We didn't get a
Yeah,
response,
Can we get a copy of that letter sent to us? I didn't see it in the correspondence or anything.
It'll be in your
Council, council.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Compton Hobbs. Municipal Services.
Yeah, there's no recommendations, just, as per the manager's reports, just operations as normal when it comes to water and sewer and roads and grounds. But I would ask that, if the town engineer could just give an update on the bike trail contract. And I believe there was some discussion, about the possibility of, maybe, upgrading the trail at Kinsman Park. If there was to have a quote come from the contractor and see if that's possible to do under the existing contract.
Yes, Councillor. I participated in the kickoff meeting today with the contractor and the consultant and NTI. The contractor is going to submit a schedule within the next few days. He plans to work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Asphalt is probably, I know Markland will be the subcontractor for the asphalt. And he's going to be gone for about 3 weeks, or no, he has about 3 weeks work left on the base. And then he's going to be gone for a week, then he'll be back to do any paving that's left. So don't expect asphalt until probably late September, probably early October, I guess. So we have lots of time to get the quote for the Kinsman Park, and in the meantime, I'll follow up as to what that costs.
And could that be just through an amendment and voted, I guess, by the next council?
I'll bring it to council as to what the cost is going to be. I also like to know too, we also had tenders clause for Lorraine Drive and
Yeah,
Grenfell.
I was gonna ask the next question.
And
Those tenders came in roughly about 600,000 over the estimate. What I'm proposing at this time, I'm not comfortable recommending a contract award based upon the prices submitted. I suggest that we invite the contractor to meet with council to discuss their prices and possibly negotiate a lower price on some of the unit prices. We have that right under the Public Procurement Act. We only had one bid. And I could read that section out to you. In Newfoundland and Labrador, in L Public Procurement, if only one bid meets, I should put on my glasses though. If only one bid meets the evaluation criteria after an open call for bids, a public body can award the contract to that bidder, provided the price is fair and reasonable. The public body must determine if the fair and reasonable price is achievable compared to the original budget and estimated value. If the price is not fair and reasonable, the body can negotiate the price or cancel the entire open call for bids. So with that in mind, I propose that we do have discussions with the contractor and have a look at some of these unit prices and see if he can justify them, and if there's some miscommunication on his part as to why he bid so high on some of these units, well, maybe we can negotiate a better price on those.
so before we go into any further discussion on that, maybe that should be, it is a financial impact, maybe we should have that conversation in the closed meeting after council.
Yes.
So the other question in terms of the crosswalks up by the lights. So that's not completed yet, the lights are not installed. So I'm just wondering, because here we are getting into the fall, are they gonna be painted? Or the lights, when will the lights be installed?
Right now, Hickey Construction is waiting on Hydro, is gonna coordinate with Hydro to get the poles installed. Black and Mac are gonna start the installation of the the signals on the 29th September. And they expect 4 or 5 days and they'll be finished.
Okay.
So the lights will be operational, then it's a matter of getting whatever asphalt repair we need to get done and to get whatever crosswalks we need
That
to
would
get done.
probably coincide with the bike trail. around
Yes,
that
yes, we can, yeah, exactly.
Is there any updates on, Grenfell Street or anything happening
Yeah,
with that?
That would
He
be the
just
same as
said-
Well,
Lower
that-
Drive.
So we should have that conversation, we should have that,
I thought you said Loring Drive.
and
No,
Grenfell.
Okay, I
Grenfell.
never heard you say
Yeah, we should
Grenfell.
probably have that conversation in the,
I never
in the
heard
closed
you say
session.
it, yeah.
Well, the
Okay,
river-
that's it for me, no
Do you
recommendation?
have something else?
Yeah, just the riverbank stabilization update.
Tenders, there's another amendment to be issued today. I'll have it on my desk for review. It'll probably be issued tomorrow morning. Some questions came in from a contractor. It'll be another few days before that tender closes.
Okay.
So it's still out for public
It's in the
tender.
works. All right,
Okay, I got one thing I wanna point out. Someone
sir.
pointed out to me that all this clearer we did there behind 10th Street,
mhm.
what happens if someone's fence got damaged by the contractor? I told him to come and see Randy.
Yeah,
I guess that would be operations and all that different snow clearing.
it would be, yeah, it would be the
Destroys all the
contractor in
property
this
that
case,
we
because it's not
I
us,
doubt
right?
it. They're not gonna pay nothing.
Well, it's not us, it's the contractor.
An operational thing that's,
So you told him to go see Randy?
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
yeah.
All right, folks, well, that is the end of our agenda. Thank you for your patience, and we don't need a motion to adjourn, because there's no motions. I still think this should be a second council meeting, because it's everything, and there's more than us here. We could do a lot of business tonight, right? A lot of this stuff could have been resolved. Some, you know. So maybe the next time, next council, we'll do 2 meetings a month. Be way more efficient. Anyway, thank you, folks. We are going to close the live feed, and when, as advertised, we're going into a closed session of council. Enjoy your evening.